welcome to Most Haunted Extra.
Here we are today, we're in Oldham. We're at Oldham Coliseum at the theatre.
Which makes a change from the usual stately home, big house, big castle scenario.
A bit of a frustrating trip getting here. Taxi driver had no idea where this place was, even after me showing him on a map and him looking at the A to Z. Could have only been a 5-minute walk, basically. Anyway, so I ended up getting here a little bit frustrated, but the place is wonderful. Gorgeous theatre.
It's a really cute little theatre. Had many stars perform here.
Lots of people from Coronation Street, such as Barbara Knox. There's also been people like Eric Sykes who've performed here over the years. So it's been a very sort of quite popular theatre, one that people did a lot of their training and started off here. And I think the people of Oldham are actually quite proud of that and love their theatre, which they should do.
It's not a place of death. It's not a place of torment. It's not a place of torture, anguish, pain or anything else.
There's something very frightening about theatres, especially when everybody's disappeared and the crowds have gone. It's very empty and very dark.
There was a coal mine here, which I wasn't aware about.
After that it became a circus, and now a theatre. In 1885 it was built, so there's well over 120 years of history.
Very interesting listening to Richard Felix's interview that we've just shot. A lot of scary stuff. He always makes the interview or the history side of the place, always gives an eerie feel to it, so that always gets me ready for the evening.
There's the curse of Macbeth. You don't say the word inside the theatre. You call it the Scottish play. I hope no one mentions the word Macbeth.
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 You do realise now that I've got to go downstairs, go outside, turn round 3 times, spit on the floor, and utter some vulgar word, and then be invited back inside. Then hopefully I won't die of stab wounds.
Actors are a very superstitious lot. I wonder how much of it is true spirits and ghosts, or whether it's more superstition. Actors are, I'm sure as everybody knows, they're just renowned for having rituals before their show and all the rest of it.
As a child I used to do an awful lot of acting on the stage, in pantomimes, etc. And even then, as a child, it never bothered me, and I used to say Macbeth all the time, and nothing drastic happened to me. So tonight we're all kind of putting it to that superstition to the test. A lot of us are saying the word Macbeth and seeing what comes of it, if anything. So that'll be interesting to see if any of us come a cropper later on. I kind of hope we don't. Well, I really hope we don't, but if none of us do, it'll kind of kick the Macbeth thing into touch.
I was talking to Alex earlier, our production manager, and I was actually facing the stage and she was facing towards me, obviously. But I'd noticed something that came from the second level of seating that went round the back of us, and I actually saw a dark shape from the corner of my eye actually start, and it went along, and I looked and it vanished. And that's the truth. That I told Alex, she said, I don't believe you, don't tell me things like that, I get scared very easily. I said, well, I wasn't saying it to scare you, I was telling you you know, because it was the truth. So there was that. That could have been anything, but then again, it could have been paranormal. Who knows? But I didn't tell any other members of the crew. But Alex went off and told members of the crew. But at the end, I said, don't do that. Because I wanted to see if they catch anything, and then they can come back and say, look, well, we've seen X, Y, and Z. So, because the trouble is, you start saying things, I've seen this and I've seen that. Also, the members of the crew are going to go off and say, oh, I saw this and I saw that. So you're not getting the full truth. So this is why I tend to hold a lot of it back, and just leave it for the diary cam.
I've been wandering around and I don't feel at all nervous about tonight. So I don't know what to expect, really. I really, really don't. I think it's going to be interesting. But I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I can't say anymore. Every location we go to, I seem to be wrong about. In the beginning of the day, when I say, oh, it's going to be great, it normally turns out to be absolutely rubbish and nothing happens. So, I don't know. It's a strange one. Well, we've just done a quick sort of walk around with Richard, Ian, Kieran, Tom and John, and we went to sort of the auditorium, we went to under the stage. Nothing, absolutely nothing, and I was beginning to think, oh, for God's sake, I don't know about you, but I just don't feel anything.
No.
I just don't, about the whole place.
I came down here earlier and it was Richard. You felt a little bit uncomfortable, didn't you?
I still do.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've got this horrible, you get this feeling going right up your back, both sides, goes up to your neck.
Yeah.
Not hair standing up, the sort of the feeling you get when you say someone's walked over your grave.
Is it because you're in an enclosed space and we've gone through 2 doors and
I
a
don't
dead
know.
end, that sort of thing?
Because I've still got it. I mean, normally it's walking into a place like this and peering through the door, but I've got it now all the time, and I can't shake it off.
Then we went to the wardrobe room, and Richard scared the living shit out of me. Is there anybody here? Are there any spirit people here in this room with us now? If there are, please could you give us a sign? Can you let us know that you're here in the room with us?
What?
Right. Stay. Did you not hear that?
What happened? What happened?
Something moved.
Something
It
moved.
did, didn't it? Did you hear it?
No.
Oh, yes. Yes, something moved on the shelf.
He and Ian both heard this movement, like a rustling noise, at the end of the wardrobe room. And of course Richard reacted and went, oh! And I went, ah! And then we all sort of bundled together and Ian had to calm us down. And I was really scared because I thought, what the hell has Richard heard? I didn't hear anything. But apparently Ian heard it too, this movement down at the bottom of that room. So that will be very interesting to go back later on. But as I say, apart from that, a little disappointing because nothing's happened as yet.
What?
Stay. Did you not hear that?
Oh, what was that?
The rest of the crew have gone off now. They've all split up and gonna go and do vigils on their own, and some are pairing up together.
We need to see some kind of activity, some chairs throwing or a ghost appear, so who knows, you never know, it might happen later on.
A lot of apparitions seen, so the focus is going to be on capturing apparitions, and looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll uncover something, we always do.
We'll get going. Speak to you later. Well, I've just done a vigil with Stuart, and I really love going on vigils with Stuart because there's something when I'm with Stuart, there's such an honesty there. There's no pretense. And you know, if anything happens, it actually has happened. I've got a lot of trust in Stuart and a lot of faith in him. We went into the upper circle, just Stuart and myself.
We're saying, Harold, are you there? Can you hear us? Harold, if you are here, please show yourself.
Nothing greatly happened. It's very hot in this theatre, very hot indeed. Almost to the point that it's uncomfortably hot. And then suddenly we both started to feel very, very cold, which was actually quite nice. Normally in a haunted property, when you start to feel cold, you get very scared and it becomes uncomfortable. But this was very comfortable because it was we were all so hot. We kept asking.
Harold, are you there? Can you hear us? If you are here, show us a sign.
Nothing really happened apart from the coldness. And then it was suggested that we ask if this person doesn't want us there to make contact. Then all of a sudden we heard this, it was almost like a little a scrapey sound and a bang.
You see, the beauty of this is now there's no one else here now in the theatre. There's only me and you. All the rest of the crew are on the other side of the building now, so... What was that? What was that? Lord and behold, one of the seats came down.
I went straight up there. Stuart was filming me and I was filming the seat.
We put the camera underneath the seat and we had a look, so to prove to you guys at home we'd not done anything, you know, because you could have done 1,000,001 things probably to make that work. So we'd proven that point, but that's up to yourselves at home to see what you think. But straight away I'd actually lost my breath at the same time, but laughing as well, because I couldn't really believe what had gone on.
And it was extremely amazing. This is the...
Is someone having a laugh?
That's the...
Something like, I actually feel scared now. There was no reason for that to come down, only it be paranormal.
Whether it was paranormal, I certainly can't say, but it's very difficult for the seats to come down on their own, and they can go up on their own, and that's what they're designed to do. So when someone leaves the seat, it pings back up, but they don't come down. There were quite a few other seats down there. Somebody said earlier that when they were up there, they put all the seats up, so all the seats had come down. We put them all back up and they've stayed up, so it's not a mechanical fault where they're just coming down on their own, so that's quite strange. But later on, Stuart and I also heard these footsteps, and it sounded as though they were coming from away from us. It sounded as though someone was actually walking down the stairs and sitting in one of the chairs further. Now, none of the seats came down on the other side, but It was definitely there. Definitely.
There's something here with us, mate. Honestly.
What the fuck is that? That's there. That's coming from over there. That came from over there. Definitely.
Where are you looking, mate?
Right. Sorry. Right where those seats go up in the far corner.
Okay. What was it? Someone walked? That was footsteps.
It was like boom, boom, and then like a clunk, like someone was sitting asleep.
But funnily enough, when we were stood there, we're talking out. Harold, if you're here, you know, can you please do that again? Give us another sign. Blah blah blah. A light anomaly came across the screen. So we said, great. If that was you, Harold, very good. Can you please do that again? Something else came across the screen. So I thought, Christ, this is strange. So by that point, all the hairs on the back of my neck had stood up. I had goosebumps all over my hands, everything. I was just shivering cold. Now, you've got to be going some to actually feel that, because I was genuinely cold and I was shivering. So then again, Harold, if that was you, could you please do it again so we know it is you this time? Lord of behold, it came again, so it was on demand, which I found was very strange because I'd never ever witnessed that in all the shows I've done for Most Haunted, and I must have done in excess of, what, 70 odd now, something like that, a lot of shows. That was unbelievable, so we thought, right, we'll cut our losses and we'll walk away from that now, because what we wanted to do was get all the crew together on stage and do some table tilting.
We've just done some table tilting, but it ended up quite strange, really.
There was 8 of us, 4 on each table, 2 tables.
Didn't work very well. That's good. Don't want it to work every time. If it works every time, you'll all say, yeah, it's a fix. All they do is table tilting, and every time they do it, it works. But it doesn't.
Ian seemed to get taken over by a spirit of a young child.
It's been happening over a period of years for me, where I've been sensing things coming closer and closer and closer. But for the first time, I actually got taken over, which was quite a daunting experience.
And Yvette, she communicated with Tom.
No information came through that was of evidential value, apart from the fact that maybe Tommy was an orphan. But quite a compelling trance and a very subdued and fascinating performance, maybe, if you want to call it that.
It was nice to do it when there's people around me, so I felt quite safe.
I know Ian. I know him. I know his integrity, and I know him to be a very, very truthful human being. And to be that close, and you hear him, you hear this child. It is moving. It's a very moving thing.
Because of the way we were positioned, I was kind of quite close to Ian. He was on the other table, I was quite close, and I could feel there was like a warmth coming from him. It's like a warmth coming sort of right down my right hand side. It was quite a nice sort of warm feeling. It was like a warm fuzzy feeling that it was sort of radiating off Ian.
It was actually fascinating to watch, because Yvette took this young child right the way through to the light.
That's good. We need to do that. I know we're getting rid of certain ghosts in haunted premises, but that's what it's all about. You can't leave tormented souls roaming about.
I've just done my first vigil of the night, and I was with Yvette and Kieran, and it was really, really scary. We went under the stage.
Before we went in there, Kieran and I both heard this like a breath noise as we opened the door.
Definitely.
Huh?
You know, I'll do that again.
Did you hear something then?
I heard just like a
Because I heard it too. I heard a...
But it was weird because it wasn't the door. It was kind of slightly beyond it. At some point we closed the lenses of the camera, so there was no lights sticking out.
It was completely pitch black in there.
That was a bit spooky.
I can't explain to you how dark it is here.
Don't run off and leave me standing here by myself. I can't see anything. The air was really horrible, staley smell down there, and it made you feel very well and wasn't nice. And then we did the usual questions. Is there anybody there?
And then asked the question, if you want us to leave, then do something.
All of a sudden, this generator just started up on its own and made the most horrific noise and scared me to death. I mean, I was shaking, grabbed hold of Kath, she screamed.
Yvette and Kath screamed and were extremely scared. I myself was too a little spooked. I think you hear me go, ooh.
I got punched in the nose by either Yvette or Kieran hit me with the torch.
I'm not sure, but I think I might have punched Kath right in between the eyes by mistake, so she'd probably have a great big bruiser in the morning.
We just laughed. It was just, I don't know, the reaction was we were together, the three of us. We knew that there was going to be no harm. I mean, it was awful. It was really, really scary.
I think one of you punched me in the stomach when you turned around.
I think we're all a bit apprehensive to start with, and usually on places where we feel nothing's going to happen here tonight, things occur, and tonight is no exception.
Do I think this place is haunted? I think there's something here, something definitely strange going on.
I would love to be able to go to a location where, and we've only had a few, where it's constant, where from the moment we get there till the last thing before we leave, it's just constant things happening all the time. And we haven't had that for a long, long, long time.
Well, that just about wraps up this edition of Most Haunted Extra. From me and the rest of the crew, we wish you a very good night and sweet dreams. One of the members of the crew came up to me and said, Stuart said there's a couple outside that want to see you, but they're asking for you. I said, well, what song? He said, who was it? So he said, there's a young lad out there, Josh, and his sister, that would like your autograph and photographs. I said, fine, I'll go and see them. So if you're watching this, Joshua, you know who you are. I hope you enjoy this show, and I hope you keep watching the rest of Most Haunted. Good luck to you, matey, and all the best, and I'll see you soon sometime. Take care. Bye bye.
I can't see. Hello. We're lost. Can you tell us where we are?
unexplained noises have been heard coming from this area, the bar. Clinking glasses have been heard, and furniture. What if we all say it together, continuously? After three. Macbeth. 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 Okay, maybe not. Well, it's just the thing behind me.
I think it's a great venue for looking at mediumship ability in greater depth, because a lot of the phenomena is focused around one particular person. Why did you start? What did I do?
Mesmer. Whoa.